Hello and welcome, beautiful Capricorn, to your January 2024 reading. This is Golden Leaf Tarot, and we are going to do a monthly reading for the month of February for Capricorn. Now, I'm seeing big energy for you, Capricorn, and that doesn't surprise me because Pluto has just transited, and by the month of February we'll be fully, we'll still be in the shadow, but it's moving out of Capricorn, your sign, that it's been in for 20 years, and it's moving into Aquarius. Now this is very significant because anytime Pluto moves in a sign, the last time this happened was in 2008, and you can remember the housing market crashed in 2008. Big things happened for me personally in 2008. I mean, major transformations, and I'm a Capricorn. So when it moved into Capricorn, the last 20 years, Capricorn, have been tough. You know, we've been through a roller coaster ride of lots of transformations, lots of changes, finding who we are. And as it moves into Aquarius, it's a much better place for Pluto to be in. It's starting to move away from the closest point to Earth's orbit, which is Capricorn, and moving away, and it has a really large orbit, Pluto does, and so it's starting to move away from the Earth and just kind of ease up on its energies. But the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was in 1778, when the French Revolution, the Irish Uprising, and the American Revolution were going on. And I'm gonna tell you, this is big energy. You could see some big societal changes this month and in the next few years as Pluto transits from Capricorn to Aquarius. Now, the way this impacts you personally is on a social level. It's like about the people the company you keep, and you're going to see, there's been a little bit of this, probably even in the last few years as Pluto was closing out its transit into Capricorn. You may have seen some major uplifts and shifts. Like you could have moved completely from one place to another, changed an entire friend group. It's all about social things, and so it's like you could have changed jobs. Maybe you were at a job for a really long time and then you moved completely to a different industry. Like a lot of those kind of changes have happened. So for the month of February, Capricorn, you are coming in the center as the Ace of Wands. So you are feeling inspired. You're feeling inspired to, you're feeling creative, and you feel like you're being given a new creative spark, an idea, a new job offer. You're creating a new job for yourself. Maybe you're creating a new business. So I created this YouTube channel out of I've been thinking about it for years, and I finally did it, right? And so it's like you're finally feeling that passion, that desire, and you're willing to take action on this thing that you've been wanting. And it's happening fast with the Knight of Swords. I mean, this is a fast moving energy where you're going from the Knight of Swords combined with the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Cups. You're almost spoiled for choice here, Capricorn, where you have so many options that you could choose. And it might feel a little murky as to whether or not this new idea, this new passion project, this new job that's coming in fast is going to work. I don't know if this YouTube channel is going to work, but I'm going to keep trying anyway. I'm going to do it. I'm feeling inspired and passionate to take action. And that's what this Knight of Swords and this Ace of Wands is telling me. It's like you're not fully sure that it's going to lead to the outcome you want. It's a little gray right now, but you're at the point of beginning. You're creating something new right now is what I'm hearing. Now, in your recent past, Capricorn, you have the Queen of Pentacles, Sun, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So what I'm hearing is, first of all, Queen of Pentacles is your card, Capricorn. So you're coming in strong as yourself. And with the Sun, this is the brightest card in the deck. It's like you finally feel like you can see. It's almost like you moved out of the moon energy and into a much more clear, vibrant vitality energy, because you're sitting on your throne here as the Queen of Pentacles, and you're now feeling the sun shining down on you as you sit there in your garden that you have been cultivating for 20 years. You have been building this garden. You've been watering it, planting the seeds, watering it so it grows, pulling out the weeds. You've been doing the inner work, the outer work to get to this place where you feel like you are finally yourself. the sun is finally shining on you, and you're like, I finally feel like I'm myself again. That's what I'm hearing. And you're moving out of this Nine of Swords energy because it's in reverse. So that means you have been in a never-ending nightmare. There have been many sleepless nights. There have been many anxieties and just like almost like mental torture, right? Of what to do, all this stuff. I don't know what to do. And you're moving out of that because it's in reverse. Like you have recently moved out of that. And that's what's happened to you recently. And I think this has to do, again, a lot with Pluto moving out of your sign and moving into Aquarius. Now, what you have coming towards you is the Knight of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Tower. So again, like this is beautiful energy because something has to die, something has to fall so that you can rebuild. And you feel so much emotional and mental clarity, right? You know, super sharp mentally. You know that this tower has to fall so that you can rebuild something much better than what you had before. And so this whole transit from Capricorn to Aquarius and Pluto is like giving you mental clarity that you haven't had before. Like you were in the Nine of Swords energy where you weren't sure and it was just really, really painful mentally. You're now finally in this King of Swords energy where you're just, I have perfect mental clarity. I'm cutting out things that don't serve me. I can see them. I can see them very clearly. Others might not be able to see them, but I can. And I know that the tower's going to fall. And I'm okay with that. Knight of Cups. It's coming in. You're getting a new offer. You're offering love to yourself is what I'm hearing. Like this Nine of Cups can often mean like a relationship. And maybe you're feeling very clear in your relationship status right now. Like you feel like maybe it wasn't sure. You weren't sure about it in the past. And now you're feeling very certain about it. You're feeling much more clear, more clarity. And the tower is not a bad thing. See that lightning? That's like a thunderbolt of inspiration and like mental clarity. The Ace of Swords has this in one of my decks, she has this like lightning bolt coming into her mind, and it's like mental clarity. And so it's like, you know that this tower needs to fall because it was never built on solid foundation. You know it has to end. And when you rebuild it, you're going to build a much better foundation. It's going to have all new appliances. It's going to have granite countertops. It's going to be beautiful, all the colors you want. You didn't like the colors before, that kind of thing. That's what's coming towards you. You do have a tower moment coming up in the near future is what I'm hearing. And it could have to do with a relationship. So if this is about a relationship for you, the Knight of Cups is about a love offer. And maybe this love offer is coming in from this person, this romantic situation, and you're seeing very clearly what needs to end in the relationship and what needs to continue. And so if you're staying in the relationship, it's like, I see very clearly the things that are good for me, the things I want, and the things that I don't want and what I will no longer accept. And you're being very clear with your words too. So the King of Swords, he is very intelligent and wise with how he thinks and how he speaks to people. When we have like a Knight of Swords, that's like, you know, immature, like somebody who's just throwing out. And maybe you're dealing with someone who's just, you know, they're not very smart with their word choices, you know, and you're coming in the future where you're like, I'm cutting through this. Like, I'm not dealing with this type of this. I'm not going to be treated this way. And you're just cutting out those things, those behaviors that are not acceptable to you. So it may create a tower moment where something has to crumble and fall so that something can be rebuilt. And it doesn't feel like really like you're going to end a relationship. I don't see any ending cards like the death or anything like that, but we'll see what happens when we clarify. But what I'm really experiencing and feeling in February for you is it's more about like, you just know what's okay and what's not. And you're just not allowing that other stuff to come into your life. The King of Swords makes quick judgments on he kind of rules on his throne and he makes decisions. Like I think of Game of Thrones and like all the leaders on the Iron Throne, like he's a just and smart ruler and he makes really good decisions and he's very clear. He doesn't talk too much. He just says exactly what needs to be said, and everyone respects him for his wisdom, and they go along with it. And so if he says the tower needs to fall, then they're like, okay, you're the wisest person in the room, Capricorn. I think that was in your last reading. I said you were the wisest person in the room, and so that's definitely what I'm experiencing. So like on this bottom row, You go from the Nine of Swords to the Seven of Cups to the Tower. So there could be a situation, Capricorn, where it's been a never-ending nightmare. And like the reason, what I'm hearing is like, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Sometimes, you know, it's almost like really confusing for you, which is what's made you feel this like never-ending nightmare, this like anxiety in your mind. You haven't felt clear in your mind because you've been like in a relationship maybe, or a work situation where some things are really, really good. Like imagine like somebody who's really good with their words, and they kind of manipulate, you know, a lot of different things. And so you have like a little bit of a confused energy about what to do in the situation because you don't really trust your own, you know, you haven't in the past trusted your own, you know, thought processes here, because it's a love. It's like, it's dealing with matters of the mind and the heart, swords and cups. So it's mind and emotions. So mind over heart. And so what I'm sensing here, ooh, sorry, Capricorn. What I'm sensing is that you are, it's leading you to a Tower moment where you're like King of Swords energy, not doing this, right? This is not going to happen anymore. I'm not dealing with this. And so you're letting something fall. So this could mean that you're ending something. It could mean you're ending a relationship. It could mean you're ending a job. So Ace of Wands is all about, like, this can often be a new career or a new job. You could be starting something new. But I feel like you are just going to come into a place where you are, you know, given a state of mental clarity. So I want to clarify a few things. So I've got the 10 of Pentacles to clarify the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, how beautiful. How beautiful is that? So in the recent past, you have felt much more in your element. You feel like you have reaped the rewards of all of your hard work. And that's so good for you, Capricorn. You're a hard worker. You're a worker bee. And you finally feel like you're at this place in your life where you're able to reap the rewards. And it's not just about financial security. This is about like a family situation. Like, notice this is a family on this card. They have a dog, like they're happy, they're playing, and they've got all the pentacles they can possibly imagine having. And that can be, that doesn't mean they're rich. That just means they're satisfied and they're fulfilled in their material world. And so that is perfect, beautiful energy for you, Capricorn. That's what I feel like in the recent past you experienced. You finally felt that mental clarity. The sun is clarified by the Ace of Swords. And so, again, what I was saying to you is like you're finally shining bright and you're finally seeing clearly. That Ace of Swords is like a divine inspiration. Like you're finally getting struck with lightning, with that lightning bolt of energy. I think I even said Ace of Swords earlier, and this is the card I was referencing, where she's being struck with lightning of a new inspiration, a new idea, and she sees so clearly. Look how calm she is with her eyes closed. When she closes her eyes, she sees clearly. That's what I was sensing with the sun, is like you finally are shining bright. You've always shined bright, Capricorn, but I feel like you're finally seeing clearly. With the Nine of Swords in reverse, you do have the Death card. So what did I say earlier? We don't have the Death card. We do now. So to clarify, something is ending, or something ended recently, and it could be just like this never-ending cycle of nightmare. This like mental anguish that you've been experiencing has ended in the recent past. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful sign, because something new, the only thing that can happen after something dies is something is reborn. Something is reborn. So with the Knight of Swords, you have the Five of Wands. So again, I talked about this person who seems like they're a little bit immature with their words. These are children, teenagers, like practicing for battle, but they're competitive. And it's almost like you've been in this situation where there's been a competitive energy, and it's a little bit it's a little bit immature. And you're just like, as the Ace of Wands, King of Swords, you're just kind of like, I see through all this crap. Like if it's a job situation, it's like they're all immature. And again, like I said in your last reading, you're the wisest person in the room, and you see so clearly through these sharp words, these like immature behaviors. Like you're just like way above that. You're not doing it. And that's what I'm sensing, is you're dealing with a situation like that, whether in love or in work. So with the Ace of, let's just clarify the Ace of Wands here. How can we clarify the Ace of Wands? The Hanged Man. Okay, so again, like in this current situation, you have this drama at work or in this relationship, right? And you have, a situation where somebody's immature, they're sharp with their words, and you have this different perspective. You have a more enlightened perspective. And you're just moving away from that energy. You're kind of like shielding yourself from them, and you're going off by yourself and you're gaining enlightenment. And again, I said in your last reading, you're the wisest person in the room because you have gained enlightenment. You have a higher perspective. And so your perspective has shifted on something, whether it's a person, relationship, a job, and now you're moving into a new state of being. You've been given this gift from above. That wand is being handed from the clouds, like it's coming from Creator itself. And so it's like, you're giving this new inspiration from Creator and new perspective. And it's because you've worked really hard to get where you are, Capricorn, and you're not going to let anything take that away from you. You're just not. You're not going to let anything take that away from you. And so you're very strong in your stance right now, especially with the Queen of Pentacles being in your reading and the Sun. Like you are exactly where you're supposed to be, and you know who you are. And other people don't. And so they're fighting. They're immature. They're competitive. And you're just like, I don't need to do all that stuff. Is low vibe for me. And you're living in a higher vibration. So the Seven of Cups is clarified by the Page of Cups. Now look at him. It's a very dreamy energy. It's a very good card to clarify because it's like there's a pig on there at the top and he's got wings. It's like when pigs fly. It's meant to be like, it's a little too good to be true kind of thing. Like, look at this heart. There's two hands, and like he's visualizing. He's very romantic and dreamy, and that's what I was sensing here is like, I feel like there's a person in your life who showers you with love and showers you with romance, but then above you like is a little bit immature with their words and how they act and their behaviors. And that's been really confusing for you because you're getting one side of the coin, which is like romance, dreamy, love. Oh, it's so beautiful. Again, a little bit too good to be true. And then above you, you have like the chaotic, immature, throwing swords at each other. Just like really, it's been confusing you. That's why you've been in the that's why you're currently in the Seven of Cups situation, because notice how some of the cups look beautiful. They've got a wreath, they got bounty, and then some of the cups are not so good. You got a stingray, you kind of got some, so it's like, it's been confusing for you. You're really unsure, and I feel like that might have to do with a romance or a relationship you're currently in. It could be about a job. You could have somebody at work who's showering you with gifts, love bombing you, and then all of a sudden they give you some words that are not very kind, some negative feedback, and you're confused because it all comes out of left field. And so it's like, what? And you don't know what to do about that. And so I feel like underneath you, you've got this little subconscious thing going on where you're still not quite sure about something. You're still a little undecided because of the behaviors of the people around you. But you, Capricorn, are not in those behaviors. You're not living in those behaviors, is what I'm hearing. So the Nine of Cups, which is clarified by Justice. And so what this is telling me, this is another swords energy where you're getting emotional clarity and you feel like things are going to be more balanced in your emotional well-being. And I like what I was sensing earlier with this Knight of Cups is it can be a romance, like somebody offering you a new cup of love, right? Something new. They're trying to change. Maybe it's a current person trying to change how they're promising you that it's going to change, it's going to get better. But what I'm seeing is you can see the dark and the light of it, and you can kind of see it from a, more clear perspective. Again, the King of Swords right here, you're like seeing very clearly and you're cutting through the bullshit. Like you're seeing very clearly what's true and what's not true. And you're going to make a decision that is fair and just. You are. You're going to make a decision on this cup of love that is fair and just. And so what I feel you're going to do is you're going to be your own knight in shining armor. You don't need a person. You know that. You don't need another person. Like you want a partner, not someone who just showers you with love. You want somebody that's an equal give and take, justice, balance. And another thing about you, Capricorn, is you can see yourself very clearly. You see the darkness, you see the light, you see it in other people when they can't see it in themselves, and they come to you for that. They come to you for advice. They trust you because you're very wise and just in how you see the world and see situations. So at work, like you're the person everybody comes to. and they ask you for your opinion on something because you can make fair and just decisions. But what I'm hearing is you're just cutting out the things that you're being just in your decision about all this Five of Wands, Knight of Swords energy. Let's clarify the King of Swords. Ooh, that card flew out. Eight of Wands. Yeah, Eight of Wands. So it's like, okay, this could be that you're moving away from something. You could be moving homes, or you're telling someone you got to get out and get out fast, but it's fast movement. So this symbolizes something that's going to move really rapidly, and this is coming up in your near future in February. So this could happen more quickly than you even realize. Something is going to happen very fast because of your swift and just and clear judgment of the situation, of the behaviors. So you're going to make a decision, and it's going to be a fast decision, but it's going to be fair and it's going to be wise. It's going to seem fast, Capricorn, but I don't think it's really fast. I think you've been thinking about this for a long time. Hanged man. You've gone out and hung yourself to dry, to really hung yourself on that tree to gain enlightenment, and you've finally made a decision. So it's going to feel fast, maybe to the immature people around you, but for you, it's not. Like, it's like you're done, you know. The Tower is clarified by the Star. So this is healing. Healing from something that was painful. Some kind of painful crumbling, right? Something crumbled, something fell because of that light bolt of like, that light bolt that came down from above and was like jolting you with like a aha moment. You're like, oh, I see it clearly now, because you're moving out of this Seven of Wands, Cups, this dreamy, and you're getting more clear in your thoughts and in your emotions, and you're starting to see what to do. And because of that, the final result is the Tower. Something's going to fall, and it's going to bring you healing. So you're going to be able to go alone, and you're going to be able to feel very calm and healed. And so this could be, I see a lot of swords. So you've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. I feel like you've probably got a sword, an air sign in your life, and the Star is ruled by Aquarius, another air sign. The Tower is not an air sign, but it's very much like, I feel like you've got a lot of different, you've got wands, so you've got fire signs. Yeah. But I feel like it's the swords. Anyway, my point is you're going to go into healing. Now, the Star also resembles being a star, wish fulfillment, your wishes coming true. And so whatever is falling is leading you to something that you've always dreamed of, that you've always hoped for. And you're going to feel like you're finally shining bright, the sun, like you're going to be shining to others, because you're going to be free from all this chaos, from this chaotic energy. Look how chaotic that is. Like, it's just crazy chaos. You're healing from that. And so you're going to go into a place of healing and transformation, and you're going to be shining bright after that, because your vitality is going to be restored. Your vitality is going to be restored. So you've maybe experienced a little bit of a tough time here. So let's get you some clarifying oracle messages to send you out for February. I'm going to pull from this Mystical Shaman Oracle. I feel like Capricorns can relate to ancient traditions, and this deck is all about the shamanic cultures and the traditions there. And I feel like a lot of Capricorns, because you're a spiritually evolved sign, you know, Capricorn's almost is the last sign in the zodiac, right? In the 12 signs, but then you go in Pisces and Aquarius. So I feel like Capricorn, Sagittarius through Aquarius, very evolved signs. So let's get you some oracle messages to send you on the on the month of February. Now, if you like this content and you feel like it resonates, please like and subscribe to the channel. This would really help me grow. I'd love to be able to connect with your energies. And let's see. All right. You got the Child. What did I tell you? You're dealing with children. You're dealing with childish behavior. There may be a child in your life that's impacting this decision. There may be a child in your life who is very mature, who is like difficult to deal with. Maybe I feel like it's people around you just acting very childish. So that's just confirmation. And then you got Luminous Warrior. So that reminds me of that star card a little bit, because it's like you have healed from battle, right? Like you have been in this battle, but you're in like a light battle, and you are now luminous. Your vitality is stronger now because you have overcome the battle and you've won, right? Like you've made a fair and just decision. And so now you're a warrior. Like you've gone through this like this battle with this person or person, place, or thing, whatever it is, job, and now you've won. The last card, you got the Holy Mountain. What did I say? You've climbed the mountain. You're the mountain goat. You're the sea goat, mountain goat, depending on who you talk to. But Capricorn, the Hanged Man, in a lot of cultures, people will go to seek enlightenment. Like in Japan, they go to a mountain and they climb to the top of the mountain and they stay there for a certain number of days, for a really long time, without food or water, to finally get that enlightened spark of information from Creator that tells them about their life's purpose, right? They go to seek out their life's purpose, and they go to seek clarity, and they go to seek enlightenment. And so same thing with the Holy Mountain. That's the meaning here, is climbing that Holy Mountain is where you find enlightenment and you get divine inspiration. And so what that's telling me for you, Capricorn, is if you are confused in that Seven of Cups energy right now, go and take a retreat by yourself and do it for a period of time that you've agreed to ahead of time, and stick with it, and go find some solitude so you can make really wise decisions. Okay, so that's all I have for you in February, Capricorn. It's been lovely to read for you. Please like and subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I hope to see you next week, and as I do weekly readings and monthly readings every week. All right, until then, bye for now.